Bonjour.
Bonjour. Right, S2000, as per usual, we've pretty much left everything to the last minute because I haven't had any time. We've got cars there and everywhere. The S2000 is getting a fuel system upgrade because we ran out of fuel when we were doing the initial dyno. So it made 630 wheel horsepower on about 18-19 psi. Totally out of injector. Maxed out the factory fuel system because that's actually all it had on it. Factory fuel lines that have been converted to AN so we could put on a fuel pressure regulator, and it has a fuel pump controller as well in the tank, but it's not enough jam. So Alex has always kind of had a target in mind of around, not in horsepower, but we want 800 newton meters at the wheels. We think that's the Boise number. So Alex has had another factory intake manifold modified with dual rails. We're going primary 1000cc injectors, secondary 1400s or 1500 injectors, the ones that were in the car already. Just making a complete AN fuel system from front to back, and we are putting in all new fuel pumps, filters, and the surge tank. I will have to find it somewhere. I think it's been put down the back. Kind of the same idea as this. He's got, except his one's black. We're going to mount that up underneath the car, run dual pumps to the front. Still going to retain the factory fuel tank as a lift, with the lift pump in it to feed the two big pumps. And there it is. So we're going to have two fuel pumps in here, feeding the engine and feeding both fuel rails. And then we will have the factory tank with the lift pump in there feeding the surge tank. And hopefully we can put in, well, we should be able to put in double the amount of fuel that it was in before. So we're going from unfortunately Honda are weird, they do like a multi-size line, so it is, they'll keep you regular.
Waka waka!
We've gone from a 3/8, which is 9.5 mil feed line, to a -10. So it is double the size. We're going -10 from the pumps to the back of the rails, which will split into two -8s. And then we're going to go twin -8 return all the way back to the surge, and then surge return to your tank. So we should be able to get a lot more volume and a lot more pressure to create the power that we want, and Alex should easily hit his target on that. Turbo's only at wastegate pretty much at that 18-19 pound, and we've got 2 bar in it, so we can definitely turn the turbo up, and I'm excited to see what this engine is actually capable of. It's not even really trying at the moment, so it should be pretty cool. Turbo Smart FPR 8, so they used to rate these in horsepower, but they don't anymore. They just rate them in orb sizes. So we're going to go 2 fittings in there and him back to the surge tank. Nice little compact unit. Pretty much only use Turbo Smart nowadays. Don't use really anything else, just for reliability and also just availability. We can get them pretty much any time we need them for any job. Get them in a whole bunch of different colours as well, because you know, support the rainbow. You can get any colour you like, pretty much. Purple, black, red. I think they do sort of some limited edition colours as well. They might not do those anymore, but kind of suit any engine bay. Pretty cool. I know you want me to do something funny, but I don't really have anything funny to say.
Where the joke's at?
I'm just really tired. And it's only Monday. While I got you here, you know how you're telling me to say something funny? How about I say something serious for a change? If you're making your own AN system, anything, doesn't matter whether it's oil, fuel, shit, even for a breather system, don't use fucking thread tape on your AN fittings. If you need thread tape, your AN fittings are shit. If you need to put anything into sealed, you don't have to use the stuff that they make it for it, but use a fucking flange or pipe sealant. Don't use thread tape. It's shit, it's junk, and it doesn't work, and it goes through everything and blocks shit up. Don't use it.
What do you think, Jimmy?
Well, he was Aeroflow, Aeroseal. Haven't had a problem with it. Use that stuff. He's waving it around like a crazy person. You can't see it.
It annoys me because every time we pull apart like an old shitty fuel system, there's thread tape stuck through the whole thing.
Oh, and if it comes off, it goes through your lines, goes into your injector, blocks your injector.
Doesn't work, so don't use it.
You can't hear the music because we'll get copyrighted, but I can hear it.
I've been really trying.
I learned something last week. Taking off one of those manifolds sucks. We got our tuner to take the intake manifold off. He's like, oh, it's easy, it's only a couple of bolts. Anyone can do that job. I did, so obviously anyone can. It took them a whole day. Half a day, thank you very much.
What are you battling with?
Not battling. Me, but it's just kind of working out the jigsaw puzzle because I don't have a lot of complicated angles. So obviously when you have a fuel system, the more straights, 90s and 45s you can have, obviously the cheaper the system's going to be. Unfortunately, when it comes to doing stuff and you haven't got a lot of space, that's when you start needing to buy the complicated, 170 or 180 degrees like these ones, or 130s and stuff like that, just to kind of make it all fit. I'm just trying to already got the bottom of the car already mapped out. It's just this. I'm just trying to make sure that everything all fits. Because the car's still got a lot of factory wiring and other bits and pieces in it as well, I need to make sure that it clears everything, it's not going to interfere with everything, even like the heater tap. I need to make sure that it doesn't interfere with any of this, and it all just kind of works. And the other thing is you can't have any sharp angles. We're using PTFE, which is what we use for everything, which is effectively like a Teflon line. So the only downside to Teflon line is it doesn't really have a lot of, the word I'm looking for, malleability. Like it doesn't want to do any sharp turns. It's kind of can only do sweeping turns. Otherwise you end up crimping the hose off. So I just need to go through my box and see what I have in there to try and make this angle nice so it doesn't interfere with anything. It's not going to cut anything, not going to rub on anything. I also need to kind of try and keep it as low profile as possible because the breather lines that run over the top here go to the catch can. I don't want them it all rubbing on the bonnet. So yeah, I'm just gonna figure out where I can put everything and go from there.
Oh dear.
So we changed the design of the rear exhaust because at the last round Alex peeled the wall three times, and the rear hot boy section that used to stick out half a metre from the back of the car, it kind of looked cool, but kind of a little bit of a hindrance when it gets folded over in half, and now the car doesn't make any power anymore. Went from like 600 horsepower to like 5 horsepower pretty quickly. So we just did a quick hard and fast rear, new tail section on a flexi. So this time, if it does take an impact, it should bend itself, and also it now doesn't stick out half a foot from the back of the car. It only sticks out about an inch. So now the big floppy wing is the only thing that can get nailed, in my opinion anyway, from the back of it. So hopefully that kind of fixes Alex's little problem there with keeps smashing himself in the rear tailpipe.
Fixed all this?
I didn't. Troy did a phenomenal job for a mechanic. He even bought a proper panel beating hammer. This guy sat out and tapped this all out by hand. So he did a pretty good job for his first go at it. Says Mount Smart was here. Tap this all out. We're just going to actually put some riv nuts in here and then just reseal it, because there's no point really spot welding it up at this point anyway, just in case it takes another hit or whatnot. So we'll put a riv nut and a bolt in there, so if it does take another whack it'll just pull out, which will be great. And yeah, he's done a pretty good job smashing all that out. I'll get Pierce to chuck in a clip of sort of the back of it. It was pretty bent. Race, been pulled out now and ready to do some more hooning. This man.
What? You got to use a slide hammer. I got this. Yeah. And then it pulls that out. So we did some weight saving as well. Got a couple holes. There's another secret one in behind here. But I didn't drill any holes, Alex. What are you talking about? It's fine. The car's mint, bro.
Good?
Yeah. Mount Smart was here. Go the fuck the Warriors.
Go the mighty Vodafone Warriors!
This is a Y block. We are going to need to change from we're going -10 from the back of the car to here, and that needs to split to feed both rails. Normally try and not smoke too many holes in a car that don't need to, so I might do this prop valve, proportional valve, bolt hole, and pick up on that, and use the flat bottom of it as a like a keyway, and then mount this up here somewhere so we can get up to the back of the rail. There's not really anywhere else we can put it, unfortunately. You don't want to have lines everywhere, so you want to, that's why we're doing one feed line to here, and then it'll split off up to the rail, and then rail it will go back into the rig and then split back into one line. It's just kind of unnecessary to have a whole bunch of lines running forward and back with double lines, feed and return, and also makes more sense to kind of financially try and make your fuel system compact, less material, less coin. So that's how it goes. Well, I'll go wash the surge tank first. So the surge tank will be here, underneath the car, above the floor line. 2 pumps sitting inside the surge. 2 -8s out into 1 -10 feed, which will go up back up to this Y block, and then get rid of these little plastic fuel lines here, which are the factory OEM ones that the car had in the beginning, which managed to flow 600 horsepower to my absolute bloody amazement. But these will be pulled out from up top, and we'll be able to put some more AN line from there and go AN from the top of the tank, the factory tank, down to the surge. And then we're up to the wiring part, which is fun. Effectively, I just made up this little quick bracket. There was no point in trying to make anything elaborate. We don't have a lot of space in this car, and being a convertible makes things a little bit more spicy. So we can't put it behind the driver because it's just a big open cabin space. Don't really want to put it in the boot. Kind of learnt my lesson with that one with Kesko's car when it smashed the wall. So I only really have this like little space. Just making it easy, not trying to make it too complicated. We've literally, because it's already got a whole aftermarket kind of rear end to fit the winters in there, so I literally just moved a couple of brackets on the back here. I've made this one removable, so this one can come out. I'm just going to trim this now, so I've left a bit of a space there so I can put some foam tape under here as well, so the pump's not going to be hard mounted to the metal and it's not going to fatigue it. And I've also put some insulators behind these bolts here, so it's not hard mounted. I don't believe in hard mounting pretty much anything aluminium that has like a pump or anything attached to it. So just a quick couple of brackets. I welded some bolts into the back of them so you don't have to try and hold it around the diff, because that pisses me off when things are made like that. So welded some bolts in there, welded a couple of tabs on, so that's going to hold it from the back. And then this one here, like I said, with a bit of foam tape and everything, will hold it from the front. And then I can start putting my pumps in and start plumbing it up to the front. So it's pretty simple. If I could even have some adapters, like the factory fuel lines would even reach up here now where I've put it. And the biggest thing is between the rear subframe, so it's nice and safe. So even if the car does take a massive impact, the likelihood of that getting damaged is very, very small. So try and keep it safe. I know Alex likes to play bumper cars, so we're gonna try and keep it inboard so it doesn't get smooshed.
my logs for injectors so I can see what my primaries and secondaries are doing. Because we got 2 injectors per cylinder.
2.6, 2.7. Paint that I had like gloss black, so that could be like, oh no. A little fuel normally in the spine. So we are finishing off Alex's car today. It's been a really long 3 days. Just setting up the manifold and all that type of stuff and getting all the fuel system made and making all the adaptation, because it's still kind of like a factory body car with like a factory body loom and stuff like that as well. So spending quite a lot of sort of adaptation to the car. Just finally got all the right data for the injectors, got the car started, just checking for any fuel system leaks because everything in it's all new. And then this afternoon we can get it on the dyno and start making some pulls. Sweet.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Go home, kids. Don't stay out. See what happens?
See, Germans do have a sense of humour.
And then what else happened?
So I lost my phone, but I got that. So it's a win-win.
Now if there's a smile on my face, it's only there trying to fool the public.
Safety first. Safety first, guys. That's right, that's where I want to be anyway. Oh yeah. That's all it does. Boost bike, maybe. I I can't. I'm the only one here that can weld. No, it's a fucking tank plot. Oh, I'm so fucked off right now. Fucking iron shit. The whole fucking thing's a bit shit. I've also told Alex if this ends in divorce, he now has to fulfill my other needs.